Thursday, April the 9th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Had an active night in some locations across the region last night. I'll show you that in just a moment. What a warm day yesterday, up to 84 in Greensboro and Raleigh, 89 in Columbia. It was 87 in Fayetteville, 71 in Boone, 81 in Asheville, and I think another very warm day for most of us again today. Your temperatures at the moment, 59, and again, this is about 5:30 this morning, 59 in Raleigh and Greensboro, still 70 in Columbia and Myrtle Beach, 66 in Charlotte, 64 in Wilmington. Winds relatively light in a couple of spots, although notice that northeast wind in Greensboro. I tell you, it's a tricky temperature forecast today. There's a huge spread and some of the different types of model guidance for today. Now, let me show you what it looks like on the surface map. And the reason we have that big spread is that frontal boundary that's kind of parked itself over northeastern North Carolina. Some of the higher resolution models are indicating that it'll shoot back north, and other models kind of hold that down into northeastern North Carolina today, and that will play a big role in temperatures for the I-40 corridor and points north. But at any rate, look at the big low pressure and cold front off to the west of us. That is the beginnings of this next storm system. Now, it has some pretty electric thunderstorms rolling through parts of the Triad and the Triangle regions last night and early this morning. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning and some small hail involved as well in a few spots, including parts of Guilford County. All that continues to work eastward. Again, this is the radar image through 5:30 this morning, and there goes the pretty electric showers and storms working eastward. Now, you head off to the northwest. Here's the activity with that actual storm system. Not a lot of active severe weather at the moment, but that's going to be changing as we get deeper into the day. In fact, let me show you, first of all, the storm reports from yesterday had this one really intense cell that produced mainly some hail from Virginia down into parts of North Carolina last night. And look at all the storm reports, all the way from the Virginias through the Ohio Valley and the Midwest, back into the Plain States. A lot of hail reports, some wind and some tornadic activity too. That tornadic activity most prevalent there in parts of Kansas late yesterday. And so here's the overall setup today. Low pressure there over the plains, cold front trailing down from that. And it's going to be a pretty active weather day. There's your day one severe weather outlook. Out ahead of all that, an enhanced risk of severe storms from Chicago and southern Michigan all the way down to northeastern Texas. And that'll be as this front continues to work off to the south and east. Now for the Carolinas, I think as we get into the afternoon, we'll see a redevelopment of some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. Those chances extend into this evening, and then we await the activity with the cold front later tomorrow. So again, it's a tricky temperature forecast for the Triad. I just bumped the high up to 84 today. Originally, I was thinking around 80, but I'm going to go ahead and go more aggressive with the temperatures and go with the warmer idea, assuming that warm front begins to lift north and out of the region. But it'll be a tricky deal today, temperature-wise. And then as we get into the day tomorrow, there comes your cold front, probably quiet through the morning in many spots. And then as we get into the afternoon and the evening, there comes the round of showers and thunderstorms. Still a pretty warm day tomorrow ahead of that front. And then there's your day two severe weather outlook. Slight risk from Texas to a good chunk of the Carolinas. And that would be for the possibility, of some hail and gusty winds with this cold front as it moves on through, or the thunderstorms associated with the cold front. And then behind the front, there comes high pressure working on in. And we are in great shape for the upcoming weekend. Look at Saturday's highs across the region looking very, very nice. Sunday looks great too. And there's the European solution, but then notice as we get deeper into next week, we see rain chances gradually returning as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. So let's look at some of the high-resolution modeling for today. This is the 4-kilometer NAM. This is valid at 6 o'clock, and you can see just a few thunderstorms out there and some additional development in parts of the region as you get toward late evening. That's 10 p.m. Here's the high-resolution rapid refresh from last hour as I'm cutting this video. Now, this is 2 o'clock. Not a lot going on, a couple thunderstorms here and there, but then notice by 4 o'clock you've seen a nice blossoming of those thunderstorms in many spots scattered across the region, and then that's what it looked like by 6 p.m. today with those scattered thunderstorms out there. On the GFS model, you can see it indicates this is the precipitation through mid-afternoon into early evening, those scattered thunderstorms out there. And then there is your day one severe weather outlook. Again, there's the enhanced risk from northeast Texas to the lower Lake Michigan area. Tornado probabilities 5% in that enhanced area. Wind probability is the same at 30% in the enhanced area. And then there's your hail probabilities for today. Now we get on out to tomorrow. This is the precipitation tomorrow afternoon, and as the cold front is working on through the region. So your day 2 severe weather outlook looks like, there we go, like that, with a slight risk from southern New Jersey to Texas, and that's just kind of a broad 15% severe weather probability for your Friday. Okay, we get out to Saturday, and there we go. This is early afternoon, high pressure working in. There's the GFS depiction of highs Saturday afternoon, looking very nice. And then with that high pressure overhead on Sunday morning, kind of a chilly start to the day on the GFS model. Sub-freezing in the mountains, upper 30s near the Virginia border, low to mid 40s in many Piedmont spots. Sunday afternoon looks great, high pressure overhead, plenty of sun, highs in the probably lower 70s in many spots in North Carolina Sunday afternoon. By Tuesday, the GFS brings rain back into the region, and then the GFS also is indicating a pronounced wedge scenario then Wednesday into Thursday. Look at that high pressure wedging down the eastern side of the mountains, and in response, there's highs on Wednesday. That's a lot of 50s in the I-40 corridor for Wednesday afternoon. And Thursday, the same or even cooler, with 50s down to Charlotte, due to that wedge in place on the GFS. And again, there's what it looks like Thursday evening. You see that wedging still in place. Now, on the European solution, looks like, oh, here we go. Yeah, there you see for Wednesday, there is no high pressure. There's no wedging, and it's highs in the 70s region-wide, Wednesday and Thursday on the European model. So obviously some major differences there. For the time being, I kind of split the difference. The Canadian is leaning in the direction of at least some degree of wedging too. So for the time being, for my public forecast today, I'm going with some 60s for highs Wednesday and Thursday, but that is without a doubt subject to change. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.